Hi gagglers, just a quick heads up before we get started. The second half of this episode contains discussions of sexual assault, rape, suicide and violence. We know this may be distressing for some listeners, so please take care of yourself and feel free to skip ahead if you need to.
Hello and welcome to Get a Grip with me, Angela Scanlon.
And me, Vicky Patterson.
This is the podcast where we get loud about the realities of womanhood.
And basically dive headfirst into the chaos of life.
Yeah, so if you're sick of being told to pipe down or calm down, or dare I say it,
Get a grip, then you're exactly where you need to be.
Grab a drink, pull up a chair. You don't have a bra on. It's absolutely roasting out there. So let's get into it.
It is hotter than Satan's bumhole. Like I am.
Oh my God, I thought about a man's bumhole today, walking up the tube.
Whose bumhole?
Honestly, I was just going up the stairs.
You got on the tube today?
Babe, she's a woman of the people.
Yeah,
I
hats
did.
off.
I don't know why he was right there ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I just thought,
his bumhole was there.
Everyone is so hot today. And I've never really imagined
A bumhole.
them before. Yeah.
I don't think about men's bumholes at all.
Just Satan's.
Just Satan's, yeah. Because I
Okay.
imagine it is a hot place to be.
Hot.
I'm actually dripping like a
How are
sandwich.
we? So I think I usually get incredibly cranky.
Yes, I've witnessed it. You don't have to explain yourself to me.
Yeah,
Remember
but that was in synthetic polyester.
That's it, yes. The polyester pages.
Yeah, but I can get very cranks in the heat.
I hate it. I become a completely different person. You know how some people say the hangry thing?
Yeah.
Like, I am fine hungry. I fucking grew up in the 90s. As a woman, I know what it feels like to feel hungry. But I'm fine with that. But hot, nah. No.
It switches.
Honestly, and I am I'm awful about it. It can lie in the garden.
Roy's the same.
Oh, nah. Could never be
little
me.
berries. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Put me inside with me shark fan and call me when it is back in the 20s, thanks.
I've been doing this. I obviously spoke to ChatGPT and was like, how do we keep the house cool? Because also when you have kids, you're like, whatever about me sweating buckets, the idea of them sweating and their little sweaty heads in bed and overheating and all of that sort of stuff freaks me out.
How do you think I feel with the dogs?
dogs,
Fucking
of course.
walking around with no shoes on and fur coats. Me little hearts in my mouth all the time and they don't know how to regulate either.
Oh yeah, God, their feet must be burning.
I know.
Can you get flip-flops for dogs?
You can get Crocs, but honestly,
Can you?
There's no way I'm letting my dog go out like that.
Oh my God, are they bejazzled ones?
No, they're just quite sport mode. But
Would they even leave them on them?
my lord would fucking rip them off and just eat them. He would
love to.
destroy them in seconds.
Yeah.
Also, I see dogs walking them and look like they're flipping them about. They don't look.
They're not comfortable.
They're not a vibe.
Also, I don't know if they're made, at least a human foot, give or take, they're all fairly similar.
No.
I feel like paws, depending on the breed, vary quite considerably, not just in terms of size, but shape.
Oh, absolutely, babe.
know?
Yeah, I don't think I think there are design flaws.
Flaws.
You should get out early before 7 o'clock in the morning, get them walked, then have them in with a fan, get a cooling mat, a paddling pool, ice in their water.
little treats.
Ice little treats I've been
She's
making.
been making ice treats.
I'm a good dog mom.
You're a great dog mom.
So go on, how are you keeping the kids cool? What ChatGPT say?
So it said that you close the curtains all day, which is counter to a lot of people's ideas. But if you think about it, you go to Spain, they have shutters, everything down. So close, even though it feels like a weird little sweaty cave. And then open the windows at night.
Nice.
So to let cool air in. Iced little bowls of ice in the room to just kind of, I don't know, melt. I guess it's like a humidigator. What's that?
I know.
Humidifier.
Humidifier, yeah.
Humidigator.
I like it.
And then they're just naked. But when I go in, I spritz them with water. And then, I think it must be so gorgeous and cooling. And then I've taken their duvets out of their duvet so that they have their little sheet. That's it. Nudie sleeping. I don't know whether that's I usually wear an eye mask in bed, but I've recently gotten one of those big silk drowsy ones.
Oh, yeah. Game changer.
Oh my God, I was so reluctant.
I'm claustrophobic and things like that. I have fucking breakdowns.
Oh, it is a bit claustrophobic.
Yeah,
it's quite tight on the nose. And I have a small nose, but it's it still feels a bit muffly, but it's very, very comfortable. I couldn't even wear that.
No, I'm not surprised.
And any sliver of light, usually it drives me absolutely mental. But I did have 3 cocktails last night.
Good for you, girl.
She went on a date night.
How was it?
I wore my petticoat. We went to Scott's.
As in the
Mayfair.
fish restaurant, yeah? How was it? I used to go there years ago, mate. It's a bit of a London staple, isn't it?
Yeah, and quite retro, I would say.
But then, there's that Cipriani's as well, isn't there?
Yes, yeah.
And that's a bit of that era and ilk.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes think like it attracts a very specific type of clientele who don't want to go to like the sexy fishes and the bacchanalias because heaven forbid they stick to what they know, probably go Ronnie Scott's afterwards for a bit of jazz.
But I mean, very varied. Like people in there in shorts and t-shirts, then full, like a lad and his missus, I reckon, in like full head to toe tweed, like twin sets, the full
fuck off
9
tweed
yards.
in this weather.
Yeah, and
call
then
the police.
I know, but imagine his bumhole.
Babe. I imagine everything from like the neck down is just liquid.
Oh, Jesus.
Awful.
Melting. But, sorry, I would like to say...
So I got paranoid. No, I'm trying that fucking natural deodorant, aren't I?
Oh, it's working?
Yeah, so far so good, but I am paranoid.
Yeah, I'm trying to go au naturel and everything.
Got out.
Yeah.
Right, so go on, how was the day? Now 3 drinks, you feeling fucking fruity the day?
Gorgeous. I had 2 margaritas,
Spicy.
salt to the rim. A lot of bum chat.
Yeah. Well,
So sorry.
it's bank holiday. It's just been bank
Do you
holiday.
know
We're
what?
allowed to
It's
be
fine.
fruity.
And then I went for another cocktail. I was like, have you got anything floral? Such
babe.
a nana. I was like, because I love a powdery kind of perfume taste.
Like almost like a Parma Violet vibe.
Yes,
Oh.
it's exactly what he gave me.
Was it?
An aviator. He said it's like, Anyway, it was fabulous. When I was sweating buckets. Came home, almost went in the paddling pool.
I'm not surprised.
So Roy went to Costco in January.
Yeah.
And he was like, this summer. And I thought, fuck me, it's absolutely freezing.
Yeah.
I can't think about
I
summer
can't.
when it's cold.
I can't.
So I said,
I can't imagine there will ever be a day when it's hot again.
I'm
when
exactly
I'm
that.
like, this is my life forever now.
Yeah.
I'm so
like if I'm
single-minded.
packing for a thing and it's sweaty outside, if I was going skiing tomorrow,
oh, no.
I'd be packing that dress.
Exactly. I can't do it. I can't envisage a world where the weather is
No.
not what it is outside.
Although I did,
Cool.
tip from the top, I bought a ski jacket. Well, a little puffer jacket with a fur neck on Friday.
Because it was cheap.
Well, it was 40 quid or 50 quid. I can't remember.
So cheap.
Bargain. And because nobody dared look at it. They were all looking at shorts and t-shirts and I got a great little bargain.
Did you feel bad for it?
What do you mean?
Like, because that's the type of thing I would do. I would buy the jacket because no one else was giving it attention.
Oh, did I feel bad for
Did
the
you
jacket?
feel bad for the jacket?
No, it's fabulous.
I would have felt so sorry for the jacket that I had to buy it.
Oh,
I know,
God,
honestly,
you
this-
need more help than I thought.
And the empathy is just ridiculous.
It's off the charts,
It's,
babe.
babe, I've told you how I feel about that fucking Kevin the Carrot, haven't I?
No, who is he?
He's the little carrot from Aldi, I think. But I know he's not real, but honestly, it stops us wanting to eat carrots.
Oh my God.
I know, it's out of control.
As soon as they humanize a thing,
It doesn't even have to be humanized. Like,
animalize,
I think
sentient being.
Yeah, well, I just think everything has a feeling. Like, honestly.
Like, what about that lamp over there? Do
Which
you feel
one?
sorry
This
for
one?
either of them? Either.
Any of the lamp. If you said something nasty about it, yeah, probably.
You would. Okay.
Yeah, I would feel for the lamp.
That looks like shit.
Angela, you've got no idea what that lamp has been through.
That lamp looks like a cheap little bitch.
God damn.
Anywho,
You're over then.
I'm a bit, I would say my brain feels like a raisin, like the membrane feels a little bit dehydrated.
That's all it takes, mate. It's only takes, mate. We went out on Sunday, booked it ages ago, a little dinner in Soho, and then off to the Traitors Experience.
Did you?
We did it, yeah.
So who, the two of you are a crew?
So I got all of Ercan's friends and they're like wives and partners. I got them all vouchers for Christmas because I was like, we don't see each other enough and this is the perfect sort of way to
Bond.
Yeah, exactly.
Stab each other in the back.
Yeah, murder. Just pure violence. So we booked that. Had I known it was going to be fucking the hottest day of the year.
Was it aircon or was it
It was
sweat?
lovely and cool.
Okay, great.
In fairness, it was lovely and cool. But you want to be outside, really, don't you, in this weather? So yes, we did that. And then we went to the Flute at the Broadwick Soho.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, I ended up doing about, I'd say, 5 Cosmos and 3 tequilas. Yesterday.
Shots?
Yes.
Yesterday?
Yeah, no, this was Sunday. So yesterday when I was filming, it was a struggle. It was a struggle.
I bet it was.
Shaking and that.
Oh no.
Shaking. But that used to be like a warm up for me. like bank holiday weekends, I used to go out on a Friday, mate, and come home on a Monday.
Oh, the whole way through.
Or the whole way through.
Same
Like,
clothes.
there might be like a moment where you like go home for like a little
Freshen up.
shower, freshen up. But ultimately, mate, it was just a pit stop.
She's out.
Yeah. And I was literally blue WKD coming out the pores. I had like, you know, I'd come home without my passport, down in
Membrane shriveled to bits.
literally just like a fucking husk of a woman. Like no eyeliner. I always lost an eyeliner. I always lost a passport and like a new contact in my phone, like fit fella from Mood.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know what I
Did
mean?
you ever follow up?
Mostly no.
Yeah.
Mostly no.
Unless you had photographic evidence.
Of
I think
course.
it's better.
Of course. Yeah, because nobody needs to find out what the fella that you kissed with your VR goggles actually looks like.
It's
in
a
real
different
life.
beast.
It
let's be
is
honest,
indeed.
when the
And I'm a different person, mate.
Yeah.
When I'm sober, different person.
Yep.
So that used to be bank holiday. It used to be carnage. I would wake up on the Monday or the Tuesday with just like a belly full of Blue WKD and a mind full of regret. But now I'm like, I went to a garden centre.
Babe, welcome to my world.
Yeah, I know. I went
Oh my God, I
got
love
new
it.
garden furniture.
Did you? What you get?
Oh, babes, you'll love it. Like a nice big sofa, a couple little chairs, couple
Any
of coffee tables.
striped?
We've gone really like
Classic.
think very Marbella. Like light greys, bronzy
Okay.
touches. I would have gone full whites and creams, but Urk was very practical, said no because of the dogs.
Fair.
And again, I'm just thinking when the weather's hot, it'll be bloody lovely. But in winter, that's gonna look shabby pretty quick.
Just get a cover. Get a cover.
I know, yeah, he did recommend one. But yes,
Did you get a brolly?
I didn't. Do you think I've let myself down? I'm not
I
getting a
think
brolly?
you've let us all down, and I'm not coming over until there's a brolly.
Expected as much. Expected as much. But yeah, so like, did the garden centre, did a bit of work, did the lovely date night, did the Traitors experience. Like, bank holidays have definitely changed.
So tell me, how did you do at Traitors? Because I did it with Giovanna
Yes.
while you were in the thick of Strictly. And I was a traitor, and it was the two of us left, and
Oh,
I
do you have to
double-crossed
fuck her?
her. I did. It was bad.
So I think everybody will be very shocked to find out that I was a traitor.
Were you?
And that was a really good one.
I knew it.
You did know?
Absolutely. Hon, I have seen you po-faced charm somebody and then literally bury them.
Oh, more faces in a game of Guess Who, lads, it turns out. Who fucking knew it?
And you're like, I could never be a
couldn't-
traitor. I'm like, yes, you could, hon.
You honestly, babe,
on.
nobody was as more shocked as me. So you get put in a big group. It's amazing if you're a fan, by the way. You have to go to big groups. So there's like 7 of us, and I think they want about 12, 13 people. So we obviously had to join with other people.
Punters.
Yeah.
Great.
And they were
Good
all
bunch.
so lovely and so excited to be there. And like, when you start, they're like, can you all just go around and introduce yourself and say like a bit of something about you, you know? And like people were like, oh, my name's Sadie. I'm a Taurus, so like honest and like all this sort of stuff, like really pitching. And I was like, I'm Vicky, and lion makes me sweat from behind the knees. Like, and everyone was, oh, isn't she so cute and unassuming? And I was like, ha. But then I wasn't a traitor initially.
You were recruited.
I was recruited very early doors.
By one of your own.
No, by the lady, our Phoebes.
Okay.
So and then I just, because I was quite confused, it wasn't that hard to play the part.
Yeah, okay.
So I was just a bit like, hang on, are we writing someone's name? Do you know what I mean? Like, are we writing someone's name down? I think you should do this because it feels like you know what's going on. Like,
Oh, you went full Linda.
and I could hear people talking, like Urk and his brother were like, it's fucking charisma. It's charisma. It's that fella over there. It's Ryan. And I was like, do you think? Okay, I'll do that.
Okay,
And like,
follow.
Babe, nobody assumed it was me. Like, I didn't even have
You didn't even have to fight back.
I didn't even have a nomination. I didn't even have to defend myself. I was just like, la, 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 having a lovely time, murdering everybody.
Oh my God. Did you murder her?
I kicked him out in the end, yeah, because it was between Erkan and Charisma, and she was my fellow traitor. So I was like,
yeah.
I'm writing Erkan because he's annoyed us all day.
Okay.
But he
fine.
hadn't. He was a lovely man. I feel really bad about that, but he's since forgiven us.
Look, live or die. Look.
Babe, it was
Yeah.
spicy. So anyway, we got down to like the final 4. And we had to go downstairs and like put the cloaks on, and oh my God, it was.
And did you do the photo thing?
Yes,
Funny.
yeah. So they worked out, the remaining 3 who weren't traitors, that it was me and Charisma who were. Oh no, they worked out it was Charisma, not me. And they were like, I'm sorry, we think it's Charisma. So Charisma went, so I was the only traitor.
So they got rid of her. Did you vote for her or did you vote for
I
someone?
had to vote for Charisma in the end because I was like, well, otherwise it's too big.
So you were flying solo.
Yeah. And then we got rid of Jay, Charisma's husband. So it was just me and these two girls who were like die-hard fans.
Taurus.
Taurus and someone else. Die-hard fans. Really good. In retrospect, we should have got rid of one of them sooner because they were fucking too clever. And anyway, they were both like, I'm a faithful and blah, 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 blah. And they were like, and guys, do you think like there's no more traitors left in the room? Do you think? And I was like, just smiling away, acting like I was just having a holiday and it was all lovely and I was a faithful too. And they were like, oh God, do we choose like loyalty over this or what? Or blah, blah, blah. And then they went, Vicky, we really don't think you're a traitor, but we're just going to find out. And I was like, that's okay. It's fine. I don't mind. Like, you do what you've got to do. It's just a game. And then they were like, okay, well, we're going to take the money. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I got up and I was like, because I've been murdering you all night, bitches. And they were so shocked. Erkan wouldn't speak to us for like an hour afterwards.
Because it does really rattle you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, you did that to my face.
He was like, you a sneak. And I was like, I am so shocked at myself that I can be a sneak. But now when traitors comes calling, when they've got over their fucking aversion to reality TV.
You're ready to go, baby
I
girl.
am ready, and I can be a faithful, or I can be a traitor, I can be whatever.
Okay. But she's adaptable. She's dynamic.
Yes, I'm a murderer.
Tap her in. Tap her in. Tap her in.
I feel like I got a taste for it.
Oh my
Ange.
God, that's my fear though, you know.
Yeah, it's
The language and everything.
quite risky. I can see why Alan got into it.
Come on. He's still living his life in his cloak, I'd say.
Oh, babe, absolutely.
Creeping around.
Yeah,
Loved it.
behind closed doors.
Bad though.
Yeah.
It's only a month until our very first live show.
That gives me anxiety. I was sweating before, but now I'm really sweating.
So we had our first, I would say, official meeting. I mean, there's obviously been conversations, but we all sat down as a team. We're like, what's cooking?
We have very different brainstorming styles.
Honestly, I'm like, I'm writing notes.
Yeah.
What's the format? What's the camera? Is there this here? Tell me what.
Ange goes full producer mode.
I get
basically.
really into it.
And I just want to have a nice
Meanwhile,
time.
Vicky is lying back on the couch going, can we get flowers?
No, can we
get plates?
Can we get Blazing Squad?
Can we get Blazing Squad? We had to
I want them at everything,
call off
basically.
she was literally like, I'm going to text them. Like, don't text them. We're still in the middle of the meeting.
I haven't texted
They
anybody.
may be there or may not be there.
I haven't texted anybody yet, but just so you know, it's been killing me. Not texting anybody because I've wanted to reach out so much to people.
Hold the goddamn line until we figure out.
I'm
okay?
too excited.
The only thing we really do know is that we are inviting you to bring your bras, wear them over your clothes, fling them at us.
Yeah,
to be like Tom Jones, and we're going to donate them. So there is like a nice cause at the end of it. But also I just think quite freeing to like take off either your big old mammary holster.
That's all I have though. Like I don't. If anybody's expecting me to have some sort of fucking lacy,
But maybe bring the lacy one you used to wear and be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that is what this evening is, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's us inviting gorgeous women to fucking not have to perform
Yeah.
for once in their life. Just come and be unapologetically yourself. Take the bra off. Have a cry. Laugh.
Have a cry.
Have a cry. Laugh.
It's going to be a great time.
Do you know, I find a cry really cathartic.
Do you know what?
I love
is.
a cry.
It is good.
I love a cry.
I just get flooded with shame after the cry.
Do
Like
you?
it's lovely in the moment, and then I'm like, I cried.
Shame spiral. No, I think it's so human.
I mean, yeah, but being human's also pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, it is hard. But then, doing it with people supporting you makes it so much
Yeah,
easier.
it's true. It's true. We can all cry together.
No, but we can also laugh too. There will be laughs.
Yeah. There better be. What else?
Tickets are on sale now.
They are. It's Crossed Wires Festival, FYI. It's Friday, 3rd of July. It's in Sheffield Memorial Hall. So, you know, there'll be a bit of spirits in the walls, I'm sure. Yeah. The show starts at 6. So come straight from work via the pub. Bring a tinny. Are you all right, hun?
I vaped too hard.
vapes allowed.
Oh, yeah.
And the tickets are on sale now and there's not many left. So get your little arses in gear. Buy yourself a ticket and your mum or your daughter or your sister or your lover. Whoever.
I kind of feel like it's a perfect night to just be like a bit of a girls' night. Like grab your lasses,
Let rip.
come with your bras, bring your little porn star martinis in a tin for the train and just fucking, get on that Lost Mary and have a laugh.
Yeah, honestly.
I love it. That's what I want.
Get on what?
The Lost Mary.
Oh.
Get on the Lost Mary and have a laugh. I just want it to be fucking...
I think I might bring a sound bowl, hun.
Babe, bring a sound ball.
I feel like it's going to be varied.
Babe, I think it is going to be chaotic. But can I just say as well, as we say on our Tuesday episode, we want this to be as much about you as it is about us. What do you want to see from...
Go on, sorry. You're right.
Being a bitch. What do you want to see from our live show? Do you want chaos? Do you want a musical act? Blazing Squad are available.
We're not. I'm so sorry to Blazing Squad if you're listening, but like, it's not. This is not the one.
Fine. Come on, write in and let me know what you want.
Let you know. She's not reading them. Let me know.
I'll read them.
She's over here buying bloody flowers and texting Blazing Squad.
I want to do.
It's going to be a shit show.
It's going to be brilliant. Let me know what you want. Oh, and buy your tickets.
This episode is sponsored by Maltesers, looking on the light side for 90 years.
90 years.
90 years and fresh.
Tell you what, Ange, that's nuts. So they're having a pretty big birthday this year.
Big old birthday. Honestly, 90 years on. Still got it.
I feel like in all my female friendships, and Maltesers have been right there with us. Like whether you are going on a girly trip, it's always one of the staples we have in the bag for the car snacks.
Totally.
Also as well, sitting down, watching a girly film, face masks, Maltesers. Like I just feel like so many of my favourite moments have Maltesers in it. But vitally, we are right behind their goal of spreading the word on the importance of sisterhood for ladies everywhere. And also that crucial way that we're always looking out for each other. That's one of my favourite things about being a girl.
Honestly, it's the eyes. You don't have to say anything.
Oh, you know.
I know.
Just like a little look between their lasses.
Like a little eye flare or a kind of help me. So like out and about going, oh my God, I've had enough of this nonsense. Get me out of here. Or, you know, I saw what you did there. Like nice. Or, oh, I like your top.
The unspoken word.
In their 90 years, Maltesers have been part of those special female friendships.
Exactly. Getting all the girls over for a proper catch-up and a bag of Maltesers slap bang in the middle. Sometimes it's just exactly what you need.
Look out for Maltesers in the confectionery aisle and have a bag ready for when you and the girls are next having that special moment together.
What in the world's been going on? Who's in the right, who's in the wrong? Since last Thursday,
Harry.
What have I missed?
take it away, Ange.
What in the world has been going on? So what has been going on, shall we?
Yes. If anyone has been living under a rock and has, because honestly, that's all I can, like anyone I know can talk about that and trying to find Katie Price's husband in all fairness.
It's still ongoing.
Yeah. So the BBC made a documentary for Panorama about essentially the reckoning of reality TV, but with a focus on maths and three women's experiences on the show. For anyone who hasn't seen, these women alleged, two of them, that they were raped by their husbands on the experiment, and a third woman who has...
They're on-screen husbands. So they're not
On-screen husbands.
technically, it's not a binding thing.
Very-
I'll talk about the format afterwards, but like on-screen husbands.
Yeah, very important note. And then one woman who has waived her right to anonymity is Shona, and she has claimed that there was a non-consensual act happened between her and her husband within the experiment. It's naturally really shocking and has everybody feeling quite concerned, alarmed and upset.
We should just say that the men involved deny all allegations.
Channel 4 has removed all episodes of Married at First Sight UK from its streaming service. And Priya Dogra, who is the chief executive of Channel 4, has apologised for the distress of the women involved and has said an external review is underway.
They have removed all episodes from streaming.
Which I think is quite big because they say that they don't want... So in the Panorama, Shona, as you mentioned, waived her anonymity, but the other two women were portrayed by actors.
Okay.
And so the fear is that if they leave the episodes up there, that people can go back and start to pick apart and actually understand who these women are. And the result may be that they feel further in danger, I think, or that, you know,
In fairness, like with the internet sleuthing the way it is now and people being as invested in this and as horrified, quite rightly so, as they are, I do think there's a real danger that would happen. So hats off to them at least for that, for taking them all down.
I think for anyone who doesn't know maths, because it's like Married at First Sight, it came, I don't know when it will, launched when, hang on, 2013, right? Launched in Denmark in 2013, became most famous in Australia.
It's huge, massive in Australia.
The 13th series in 2026 reached 16 million Australians on TV.
That's outrageous Australian viewing. Like,
bonkers.
just to put it into perspective, when I filmed The Jungle out there, like, it is a very different beast. They were getting like 1 million and it was one of their biggest.
Yeah.
So that is
colossal.
Outrageous. Yeah.
The UK version's been running for 10 seasons and it's changed quite significantly because I have memories and I'm not like a full maths gal. I think you're either in or you're out. Like
it's a big commitment. I think it's something like 36 episodes. Like it's a lot.
Yeah. And people are fully invested. That's the joy of it, I suppose, as well. But to my mind, it started off much more gently. Like obviously Married at First Sight is a very evocative title. And so the idea of two people meeting, it was quite outrageous. Like I remember when it came on and people are like, sorry, what? They meet, their first meeting. So it's not like blind date. You're meeting at the altar, you get married and then married life ensues and then you decide whether you're going to stick with it or not. But it was kind of framed that it was binding marriage, but that you were match made based on your values and your principles and your expectations and your like
fundamental
traits, all of this stuff. And it does feel like over those 10 seasons, it's changed quite considerably. And the Panorama doc alluded to that actually instead of it being, you know, these kind of like, obviously the bigger it gets, the more difficult maybe it is to cast people who are looking for love and not just looking for maybe fame out of that. So I think the casting process has become more difficult for them. But also the production seems to have gone down where they're looking for, you know, explosive fights where it's very much constructed reality rather than an experiment TV, which is what it was laid out as.
That trajectory that you're talking about there, Ange, it's, I don't think, specific to maths. I think it's very much indicative of reality TV in general. Yeah. So if you go back to the conception, the birth of reality TV, if you think about some of the things we used to watch quite innocently, things like Big Brother, that did definitely have its salacious and dramatic and problematic moments. Ultimately, there was an innocence. Like when I think back to the early days of Big Brother, you think of Alison Hammond and you think of Kate Lawler and Johnny the Fireman. And like, yes, there was some moments because it's...
But like even Nasty Nick, who was like,
oh my gosh, the villain.
He was kind of just like
a caricature.
Spicy, sarcastic man.
Yeah.
Like he would be a gentle character in
today's day and age.
Yeah.
So I think these things are often born with this whole idea of being a social experiment, of being like lighthearted entertainment, of being, you know, that glimpse into other people's lives and human nature, what reality TV should be. Over the years, there has been a huge influx in popularity, but subsequently also it's saturated the market. Yeah. There is reality shows for absolutely anything. You want to see chefs falling in love? Fucking hell, I've got it. I've got it for everything, you know? And I think because of that, because of how saturated it is, there has been pressure. And also the appetite as well. And we have to consider that when we're thinking about these shows. People want more. Yeah. You know,
it's not bit like tabloids. They exist because the consumption of them continues. They're driven by that.
Exactly. There's an appetite. Yeah. So I think over the years, what started as semi-innocent, a social experiment.
Like a little voyeurism.
Exactly. Has become something infinitely more problematic, concerning and irresponsible. And that is because of what people want to watch. You hold my hand up as someone who watches some reality TV, you know what I mean? You do go, God, did you see that last night? Or blah, 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 whatever. But as well, it's because it's become competitive. And I think the juggernaut that is reality TV has completely changed. And now this space has a very dark side. And I applaud Panorama for making this documentary, but mostly I applaud the women for coming forward. Because I can't, Because as someone who has experienced some of the dark sides of reality TV, not to this extent, it is a lot to work through, to process, to understand, to heal and come out the other side. And I think that's what they've had to do in these last couple of years before they felt brave enough to talk about it. So just wanted to take a minute, in my opinion, to say, like, well done to these women for being so brave and shining a light on something that needed to be talked about.
And I was staggered by in the Panorama doc. So Baroness Helena Kennedy, I watched it this morning. Yeah. So she's chairing the Creative Industries Independent Standards Authority. It was founded in 2024 to tackle all forms of bullying and harassment in the UK creative industries, but has had a particular focus on reality TV, especially after the deaths of former Love Island stars. And a sudden realization that actually the duty of care needs to be much more robust and protective, I suppose, rather than exploitative of these people, or that the game has changed. But interestingly, in the interviews with the women, it was wild to me. So she was asked the question by one of the presenters, is it normal that these events would be reported after the fact rather than in the moment? Because there was some stories that had slightly changed or had been added to. And she said, without a shadow of doubt, whether you're on telly or off telly, crimes and things of this nature, often the woman feels so much shame in the aftermath of it, wonders how she could have done something different, whether it was her fault, is trying to digest it, is trying to understand it, is trying to figure out her role in it and process it. And that often takes a lot longer, which is why there's a lag between the event and the reporting of said event. Which is something that to me is obvious. I don't know why anybody needs to explain that, quite frankly. But you hear it time and time again. Why didn't you go to the police immediately?
Why didn't you say that sooner?
Exactly.
I think it's odd because I don't care what you fucking think.
But I think that's exactly it. It's like, there's a hole here because she would have said it sooner. Surely wouldn't you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the women also, what was very upsetting to me was the language with which they used and kind of talked around these events. So 2 alleged rapes, neither of the women could even use that word until they had kind of talked it through with psychiatrists, and they had been told, it had been confirmed to them that what had happened was rape. They couldn't quite, because there's a very singular idea of what that looks like. Mm-hmm. And surely it can't happen in what's deemed to be a safe place, a marriage, suspended reality in a way. And so they had to be kind of supported to then move forward with these claims by somebody else who validated, I suppose, their experience, which begs a question, how many people are not reporting what are actual serious crime outside of reality TV anyway, but the kind of thing that we accept as, maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah. It's because, and I say it, in my opinion, you're absolutely right. We have an idea of what rape is, right? It's walking home on the street and being attacked by a stranger. Yeah. And that is what is presented to you as being raped, right? However, over the last couple of years, we're understanding more and more about consent and the very dangerous realities of like how it can be blurred, how it can happen in your own home, how it's not just that singular idea of what a sexual assault is. There's so much more to unpack than just what's happened on this TV show. In fact, it poses bigger questions about men's attitudes to women once they are married or in a relationship, some men think they're their property. And I think this has just shined a light on it.
And actually, Baroness Helena Kennedy referred to it as televised abuse. Wow. And she said that there were echoes in all of the interviews of the alleged victims were around coercion, around control, the language that was used to kind of the isolation, which is obviously unique or partly to the reality TV setup, but also that they kind of start to, that control and diminishment of a person begins early on, so that when the thing happens, they're not quite sure whether they're even entitled to is it their fault? Was it their fault? They question their own sense of self, I suppose. So I think it's interesting. I read a Substack yesterday where a woman had watched MAFS with her teenage daughter.
Now that will give you a slightly different perspective, I'd bet.
And she said it gave her the fucking heebie-jeebies, but that actually it did such a job in highlighting toxic kind of dynamics that allowed them to have conversations that they never would have had. And she kind of asked her, she was like, does that feel right? And she was like, absolutely not. Like that is, and so she found it quite illuminating, but obviously that's at the, these are real people who are having their kind of trauma televised.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. And it does give echoes of Top Model and looking, but this is happening now as opposed to in the 90s. So we can't kind of explain it away.
No, I know. But I do think, interesting that you mentioned America's Next Top Model and the expose, the documentary on that, because I think what we're about to go into now is a reckoning of reality TV. And I think that was the first domino that fell.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the second. And I actually think it is high time that we looked at how we enjoy TV, how we watch reality TV as a viewer, how we see the people who are on it, and how ultimately they are protected. Every show I've been on has a welfare team. Fucking just filmed Wagon Rights. Me dog had a welfare person. Like, do you know what I mean? But it might sound precious or dramatic. It's an absolutely imperative part of the process. Because don't forget, for the vast majority of people going into these, whether it's Love Island or MAFS or Love is Blind or Wagon Rights, whatever it is, right? You are going into it, for the most part, a little bit blind.
Yeah.
You have got no idea what it feels like to be so far removed from all of your family, from all of your friends, from your phone, that thing you have, that connection to everybody, to the world, to be watched 24/7, to know that your behaviour, no matter how deplorable, how much you might regret it, it's theirs now.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's for consumption. That is a really alienating and scary experience.
And then the entire lack of control when you leave the place, how that will be handled and, portrayed.
And I think a welfare team is necessary. Absolutely. I am going to go out on a limb and say that it's not enough what most of them are doing.
But is that like a lack of qualification in that actually it has kicked up a notch, and having somebody lovely to call if you feel a little under pressure is not going to cut it? You need people who are in there kind of, or it's a format issue. That's the thing.
The thing is, I think they have the best of intentions to care for these people, but ultimately what conflicts with that mentality is creating content, is getting the best show. And it is often at the sacrifice of these young people's mental health.
But it's interesting
and
because
safety.
As a grown-ass woman, and reality TV is not my thing, but I just did a show yesterday that went out in Ireland on RTE where I climbed a mountain, right?
I've seen it.
Abseiled down a bit. I kind of put myself, not unknowingly, I signed up for it. Yeah. But there's something about TV, cameras, expectation, even in moments of pure terror where you're thinking, I actually really don't want to do this. You're going, everyone's here filming this. This is the point of it. And there's a kind of pressure and an unwritten, and also it's different because in my instance, I almost see the fact that it's being filmed as a motivation for me to overcome a fear. I wouldn't put myself in this position. Yeah. So that's kind of a gift in many ways. But you do some stupid shit when a camera's on you that you actually wouldn't do, that you kind of, you slightly suspend reality. You kind of not throw away your idea of safety, but you do things that you wouldn't necessarily do. And I think that's as somebody who's experienced and knows how it's going to look at the end of the day.
It's the pressure. It's the pressure to perform.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Suspend your reality for a second, right? And imagine you are 21, right? You don't know what you're going to do with your life. You've left uni. Your mates are all starting to get jobs and nothing is calling out to you.
It's all in flux. Like that's a terribly tender time, I think.
Exactly. You are essentially very uncertain about your future and everything. You get approached to do a reality TV show and you don't necessarily know an awful lot about it, but you go and you think it's going to be a bunch of people having fun, like following your lives as you navigate relationships and growing up and all these things. The idea of that, the Disney version, the thing in your head, it's not the reality. The reality is you are thrust into a house in an environment with 10 or 12 complete strangers with big personalities. You are watched 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everything you say is recorded and logged. You have no privacy. And even your biggest mistakes, your darkest moments, your fear, your anguish, your heartache is recorded and chronicled for entertainment. That for me is a pressure cooker. And that was what I experienced in my early 20s on Geordie Shore. Yeah. And it's why I think I have such empathy for these women who've come forward, but also a really complicated relationship just watching reality TV. And when a girl loses her temper or kicks off or a guy cries so I know it's not just about that instance that happened there. Yeah. It's not just about that reaction or getting pied or whatever it was. It's about something so much bigger. It's about being away from your friends and being away from your family and being manipulated or having more to drink than you normally would. It's that feeling of powerlessness. And those explosive arguments or those breakdowns, the tears, whatever, they are a reaction to this very alien environment. And as a viewer, I think in terms of, I think we are sacrificing welfare, respect, and the genuine concern for the people in there for entertainment. And I do think it's got to stop.
It's a problem. It's interesting. I thought about Honesty Box.
We tried so hard.
But you also delivered that. And when I watched it, there was a kind of, not innocence, but maybe there was a maturity. The people had agency. They kind of were able to communicate their boundaries a bit more. They were like, it just felt, maybe it felt
more considerate.
Yeah. And it's almost like not a throwback, but in a way it wasn't filthy enough. It wasn't like angry enough. The casting was measured. Yeah. Genuinely, it felt like you were trying to pair people that would work rather than the 10 biggest characters in the room who were never going to,
And and this is the problem. Like, never spoke about this, but it's not coming back. Honesty Box isn't coming back. And it, not to make this about me, broke my heart. But ultimately, I do think, I still speak to the cast. I still keep in touch, sent them all agents, people I'd recommend look after them, ask them how they felt when the episodes were coming out. I know the crew were exactly the same. I felt so passionate about having their backs and being that person that was never there for me when I was making reality TV, that maybe we did. Maybe we really put so much focus and priority on caring for these people and making sure they looked well and, making sure they felt good about the experience, that we sacrificed the salacious bit that people want to watch. And you can't watch these shows and want to see those things without taking a slight responsibility for the way reality TV has gone.
I know.
If you are fucking crying for blood and breakdowns and, people unraveling on the TV, for the way it's gone, you have to take some responsibility.
And I just wonder if everybody feels we're kind of numb to it now. We need, it's like dopamine. Give me more. Yeah. Give me more drama. Give me more kind of toxic. It allows people to sit back and go, oh,
my life's not
we're
so
actually
bad.
grand.
Yeah.
Or hop on your high horse and feel kind of superior. It just allows people to kind of consume vicariously, live out their own. Yeah. Project all their judgments onto these scuzzy little people who have signed up for this shit.
And who deserve it.
Yeah.
There's so much problematic language surrounding reality TV and the people who take part in it. And I think what's happened here is a real awakening.
Yeah.
And I think it has to change not only the way we consume it and watch it, but the way it's fucking made. If anyone has any shred of decency, we're going to have a real shake up in this space, because otherwise we are going to see more broken young people, more suicides, more loss. And there's just been too much. It's still, I am nearly 40, and this is my experience, but I still lie awake some nights thinking about Geordie Shore, Ex on the Beach. And like, listen, if you're looking for someone to not hold themselves accountable, you're looking at the wrong person, because I will hold my hands up and say that even regardless of that show, I was on quite a dangerous trajectory. I'd grew up in a loud, scary house where arguments were often dealt with loudly and with violence. So I thought that's how you dealt with your problems. I'll hold my hands up. I wasn't a great version of myself then, but I was really young and I was desperate to impress and have a different life. And I thought the way I behaved was what they wanted. And when the going got tough on those shows, you sharp realised you were on your own. So I feel for these women. I feel for anyone going into reality TV feeling like, and coming out and it not looking like what they thought it would, or the experience not being how it would. Anyone struggling to process it. But things need to change. It's our version of the fucking Colosseum, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And it's
Chuck them in there.
Fucking see who comes out after the Lions have had a go. It's problematic and it's archaic, and I think we can do better.
We can do better.
I have cried again and I wasn't
Thank
going
you
to.
for sharing it though, because I know you make light of it where you're like, I stay awake at night, and actually I think the reality of how you try to shake a version of yourself that some people will not allow you to forget about.
Still, mate, like I'll post something lovely, like a clip of me and you like pontificating about feminism or something about women embracing the skin they're in, and some fucking knobhead will just be like, isn't this the vid who's having sex on the telly? And think, fuck off, Derek. Like, crawl back to your fucking hole. Like, there's a version of me that was presented on these shows that was absolutely a reality for a little bit, a caricature, granted, but it was a reality. Performing, trying to be what I thought everybody wanted, and shaking that and processing it and all the rest of it is a hard thing to do. And sometimes people aren't given the chance to. I'm one of the lucky ones, and I can acknowledge that as well.
I don't think you were given the chance. I think you fought. You know. And
listen, just as a little to bookmark everything I've just said, this is my experience. Yeah. I know people who go on these shows and absolutely love it and have a ball and have the time of their life and everything. Yeah. But for a lot of people, that isn't the case. And, you know, there are far more tragic stories than mine. So I think maybe it's time we had a shake-up and reality TV became more considered, and the people who took part in it became more better looked after.
We need more canal boats.
You want canal boats?
I like slow television. I like watching a boat meander
down
a canal.
I like that show when they were all painting. Do you remember that?
Delightful.
It's on Sky Arts and they were all just...
Portrait of a landscape artist.
I like Bake Off. I like Bake Off.
Cozy.
I like when the biggest drama is a soggy bottom. Suez.
Exactly. I made a meringue the other day, lads. It was an absolute travesty.
Was it a disaster? I didn't know which way that was going to go.
I was a bad bitch. I had gotten the...
Meringues are hard, Ange. Meringues are hard.
I wish you told me beforehand.
You didn't ask.
I don't... All right, lads. If you've spotted a story that you think we need to hear about, headlines, hot takes, or heated debates, please do get in touch.
Yes, we want this podcast to be as much about you as it is about us. The ways to get in touch with it, as always, the email is hello@getagriplove.com. The Insta is @getagriplove. And the WhatsApp is 07457 411 037. We'll be back every Thursday, so please hit that follow button so you don't ever miss an ep.
And while you're at it, go give us a great review wherever you are listening. Just remember, it's 5 stars or fuck off. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did you just...